Gauteng
Yes.
said it's dangerous to drink tap water, causes typhoid. The water that you get from the tap water is supposed to be neutral.
Okay.
Now, government gets the water from wherever they're getting it. So what happens is that because they are regulated to provide neutral water, so what they do, they add chemicals.
Okay.
They add in chemicals
Like chlorine.
like your chlorine,
Yes.
your fluorine,
Yes.
and all these chemicals to push it towards being neutral.
Good evening, Africa. Jumbo Africa. Good morning, Africa. This morning, we are doing this from Cape Town, the mother city. Otherwise, it's always good to be back in Cape Town. And as you all know, we travel Africa and we talk to entrepreneurs. We expose different aspects of African culture. We talk to people that have business initiatives to learn from them, but also to point them towards the right direction on how to make their businesses thrive. This morning, we are speaking with a wonderful guest, very brand new on the show. She's Tsidi Ntabiso, and she is going to introduce herself. Please welcome to Unique to Africa. It's good to have you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Elvis. Good morning. Good morning, listeners.
Thank you. Could you please introduce yourself to the audience?
All right. My name is Tsidi. Her name is Ntambiso. As our host, Elvis, has mentioned, I am a born and bred Cape Townian. I am actually now an entrepreneur, very new in the entrepreneurship space. So yeah, I'm looking forward to sharing what I'm working on or what I'm busy with. Thank you.
Great. We are always very happy to meet new entrepreneurs, and we always want to explore these ideas. One of the reasons we do this is we try to connect to the people that need the products from our entrepreneurs, but we also try and find out around the continent if there are people that are willing to invest in the businesses that they see on our channel. But tell us about your business. All I know is alkaline water, and that for the past 20 or 30 years, I have been drinking garbage. So, can you please tell us about your product and why people should listen to this and also consume alkaline based water?
I must warn you, Elvis, when I start talking, I don't stop.
All right.
Especially when I'm excited about a subject.
Okay.
I am bringing to you Kangen water. This is a product produced by a company called Enagic.
Kangen water.
Kangen water, that's what it's called. It's a Japanese term meaning back to origin.
Okay.
So the company that produces it is called Enagic.
Okay.
So this company is now celebrating 50 years this year.
Okay.
They've been in the business of producing water. Actually, there's Kangen machines that are actually producing this water.
Yes.
You buy the machine and you plug it in your kitchen tap, and it gives you 7 different types of waters. It gives you alkaline water. It also gives you acidic water.
Okay, so alkaline and acidic.
And acidic water.
Now, before we get into exploring the difference, because for the layman that is listening, alkaline and acidic, they sound more French to them, if you excuse my word or my expression. So, but before we get into the details of that, why did you decide to venture into this? How did it all start?
Wow. It's a bit sad, but I think looking back I thank God for that I actually got to have this opportunity.
Okay.
I worked in Gauteng province of South Africa for almost 20 years.
Okay.
When it was time for me to come home, Mom was very ill.
Okay.
She had heart problems. She had high blood pressure issues.
Okay.
So on my way out, a friend of mine, I was telling her, hey, I'm now no longer going to be working. I'm going to be looking after Mom and da 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 da. So she said, hey, I've discovered a Kangen machine. It provides alkaline water.
Right.
So I was like, oh, that would be great for Umama. And I think it can actually reverse a whole lot of challenges that Umama is experiencing. So I ordered the machine.
Okay.
Unfortunately for me, by the time the machine arrives, umama was no more. So
Sure.
which is said, however, we are still having the machine, which is a benefit,
Yeah.
and we are seeing results in everybody that is using the machine.
So from that point, you decided, oh, Mama is gone, bless her soul. You decided you're going to divert the use of this machine into a business venture.
Yes.
Okay.
What happens when you get into Kangen machine is you drink the water for yourself, obviously, the families and everybody around you.
Yes.
Because it's always key that you make sure that abantu are living healthier.
Right.
I think before I can indulge on the business side, let me explain the product itself in terms of why I'm saying this water does so much for the body.
Yes.
Because I've seen it.
Yeah. Before you give those explanation, in your introduction you mentioned alkaline
Yes.
and acidic.
Yes.
Now, and I said there are a lot of people that are listening to this and they do not understand what that stands for.
Okay.
So if you can just maybe break it down for us to understand what are we consuming today?
All
Is
right.
it alkaline or is it acid?
Okay. I think I will have an opportunity to test different types of water
Okay.
during this presentation and,
Right.
and just show you what is happening.
Okay.
But I've brought with me a chart
Yes.
that will help people to understand what acid is,
Yes.
what alkaline is.
Right.
Now, this is a pH scale,
Right.
right?
And
For those that have done.
And pH stands for?
pH stands for potential of hydrogen
Okay.
in the body.
Okay.
But I want to simplify it so
Right.
that it's not complicated for your viewers.
Right.
Our bodies have got pH, like we have temperature. For an
Okay.
example, our temperature has to be about 37.
Right.
If you have 40 degrees, the child we know is sick, we rush the child to hospital
Right.
because the temperature is abnormal.
Correct.
So the normal pH that we are created, in fact, the scale starts from 0 to 14.
Okay.
Right? Now, in the middle, they say the scale is neutral.
Okay.
And then if the scale is from 7 or less, we say it's acidic.
Okay.
If it's from above 7 to 14, we say it's alkaline.
Okay.
God created us to be slightly alkaline.
Okay.
Health and well-being and good well-being occurs in this zone.
Okay.
If you think of your grandmother or people that you can think of in growing up that were
Yes.
much healthier,
Yes.
it's because they were eating organic fruit and vegetables that they plow in their fields, they were exercising,
Yes.
they had better environment around them.
Correct.
So that's why they were thriving. You find them, they're getting to 90 to 100.
My grandma, we've actually lost count. I think she's about 120 now. And
Oh,
she can still walk to the farm.
Heavenly Father. Exactly. If you look at an environment, because we can maybe just compare.
Yes.
Now, going into acidic, because I would love to explain this side of the scale.
Okay.
Now, because of the food that people are eating,
Yes.
because of stress, because of age, because of the treatment that people are taking for chronic treatment, like maybe for diabetes,
Yes.
and environment also.
Yeah.
People are shifting, their bodies are now shifting to becoming acidic.
I see.
This is a ground for illnesses, for disease.
Right.
Disease thrive in this zone.
Okay.
But if you look at this side, that's why your granny, I believe, though I've not met her,
Yes.
because of her environment, because of the food she eats, because of the exercise she does,
Yes.
she's in this zone. Hence her health and now her well-being.
Correct.
So cancer and all the challenges thrive in this. That is why today you see a
acidic zone. Yes.
a whole lot of people being sick is because their bodies are much more acidic than what they're supposed to be.
Okay.
Hence, I'm saying when we were small, we were in these zones.
Correct.
So we need to thrive and take ourselves back into alkaline state.
Which is quite difficult, looking at the environment that we live in today. So how can we make it better?
There are many ways we can actually do that.
Yeah.
The food that we eat
Okay.
is critical, that we don't eat junk food, food that are highly fried, because the oils that now, when we buy food like fat cokes,
Yes.
is oil that has been recycled.
Yes, that's correct.
That is very dangerous for
Yes.
us. And also, if we maybe go back to the roots, I'm going to call it that,
Yeah.
eat organic food food that we plant ourselves at our
Yes.
backyards.
Right.
And I've always heard people say, I don't have space. If you put in tires, you can have your
You
potatoes,
can,
you can
yes.
have your carrots, you can have your spinach.
Yes.
And also manage stress better.
Okay.
Exercising. You don't have to go to gym.
Yes.
You can walk a block or two every day.
Yes.
Brisk walk will change your life because exercise brings happy cells.
Okay.
And then the water that you drink.
Correct. That's where I was going now. Where does this alkaline water fit into?
I was heading for that.
Please tell us about it.
Drinking the alkaline water because
Absolutely.
it helps you see a shift in your health and your well-being.
Yes.
Because what it does, it flushes all the toxins. It helps to restore that alkalinity in the body.
Okay.
So ensuring that you change your water, even the logo or the slogan in Kangen, it says change your water, change your life. Because by changing your water, you automatically change the trajectory of your well-being.
Yes.
So by changing your water into alkaline, you actually are creating better health for you.
Okay.
Even flushing those chronic treatments that you are supposed to have, flushing every toxin in your body.
Yes. So okay. So this is alkaline water, and you supply alkaline water.
What I do have is
Yes.
I bought the machine,
Yes.
as I was saying. So the machine does produce the alkaline water, different types of drinking water.
Yes.
I will explain to you when we get to the machine behind us.
Okay.
So what I am now advocating for, I'm not a supplier of water as such.
Okay.
But what I do, I supply people around me
Yes.
for them to make sure that they are healthier.
Okay.
And that they drink the water.
Okay.
But what I'm encouraging, the entrepreneurial aspects that we spoke of earlier,
Yes.
is encouraging people to buy their own machines.
Okay.
Because what we are doing by ensuring that you own your own machine in your own kitchen is to ensure that we don't encourage the buying of bottled water, which creates plastic.
I see.
And
Okay.
endangering the environment,
Okay.
continuously. So my purpose is to ensure that you have your own machine.
I see. Okay, so I think that is where I was getting it a bit wrong.
Okay.
So what you are actually promoting is for households to purchase this machine so that they can drink healthy water.
Yes.
Water that is more alkaline based.
Alkaline.
Okay. So my next question is the process of purifying this water for someone that has never come in contact with a machine like that. Two things I want to know. Number one, is it very complicated for new users? Number two, does it require a certain degree of knowledge to be able to operate it?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. That's a good question, Elvis. Thank you for that.
Okay.
This machine comes with a filter.
Okay.
I'll show you. I will open the machine. I actually have a sample here.
Okay.
Because I've just bought a new filter. This is the filter that is in the machine.
Yes.
So I change it every year.
Yes.
Now, the machine comes with a filter, and the machine has got plates in it.
Okay.
What makes, let me maybe take 2 steps backwards to explain this. I hope I will be able to answer. It's quite a long response.
Okay. We have time.
Awesome. The makers of this machine are scientists
Okay.
that are mimicking nature.
Okay.
People that grew up in mountainous areas, the water that they drink is much healthier.
Correct.
There are areas, I think in France or Mexico, that have got natural water. They even call it miracle water. I don't know if you've seen those articles or reports.
I have heard the term miracle water.
There are places where people queue long queues
Okay.
to harvest the miracle water, and they claim that it also heals their cancer, their everything.
Okay.
Now let me give you the science of that water.
Okay.
As the water hits the rocks in the mountain,
right,
it changes the particles of water. Water is most H2 or
yes, H2O,
hydrogen and oxygen.
Correct.
So as the water hits those rocks, it breaks down into hydrogen particle and OH.
Okay.
Right? So separating the 2 hydrogens.
Yes.
Now when it reaches the bottom, the water becomes cloudy.
Yes.
I'll show you in the machine. Now that's the separation of the hydrogen onto the OH. So that is really a miracle. I only believe in God with miracles, but yes, that is what makes the water efficient or healthier.
Okay.
It's because of those hydrogen particles.
Right.
Then that's why they call it miracle, because they truly, that makes it alkaline. That is alkaline water. So
Okay.
this science is mimicking that.
I
It's
see.
copying that.
Correct.
So in the machine, it's first the filter.
Yes.
Okay, you plug the machine in your kitchen tap.
Yeah.
And then when you open the machine, the water goes through the filter.
Okay.
And then it goes in through the plates that are mimicking those mountains.
Okay.
The plates are covered in titanium so that they don't get rusted. Titanium is one of the quality materials that don't rust.
Okay.
The machine has a shelf life of over 30 years.
Over 30 years.
Over 30 years.
Okay.
Actually, it can be used for a very long time.
Okay.
So that's then the science of now. Those 8 stones, this type has got 8, some have got 7, and some have got 4.
Okay.
So this one is the biggest of them all. It's got 8.
Yes.
So the plates then does the breaking down of the water. So by the time you get to drinking,
yes.
it has separated into alkaline.
Yes.
And it also is separated into acid. So you'll see in the machine there's 2 outlets.
Yes.
There's a top outlet and there's a bottom outlet. So the bottom outlet is now giving out the acidic water, which is not for drinking.
Okay, that one is not for drinking.
It's not for drinking. Now the top outlet will then be the one where we drink from, which is the alkaline water.
Right.
So that's the science, and it's not complicated because all you do when you buy or Elvis buys the machine is to just connect and switch on the machine and drink the water. And so you don't have to go through anything. And it will tell you if the filter is changing. It will tell you if you must now uplift. It tells you which type of alkaline water, because I did say there's different types of drinking water.
Correct.
in the machine.
Yes.
So the machine cleans it with the filter.
Yes.
And then gives you what you have to have. Now, going back to your initial question, people have got some type of filters in their kitchens under the sink.
Okay.
I've tasted few of them, if not most. I've found them to be acidic.
Okay.
And I've also tested rainwater, because some people drink rainwater.
Yes.
Rainwater is acidic. Remember, the environment is no longer what it used to be.
Correct. Yeah.
Maybe
I was gonna say I actually grew up drinking rainwater.
I was gonna say exactly that. Because in the olden days, rainwater was
healthy. Yes.
It's no longer that. Remember, there's now global issues, global warming, and all that. The environment has changed.
Right.
So rainwater, I've tested it more than 3 times.
Yes.
Every time I test it, it's acidic.
Okay.
There is a solution.
Are you able to tell just by testing it, or do you have to use the machine to determine?
Sometimes, unless there's that obvious, like salty taste or weird taste, yes, you can tell by just tasting.
Okay.
However, when you drink Kangen water, you can also taste, wow, the taste is smooth and it's easy, it's easily absorbable. You will
I can't wait to taste it.
You will taste it. I will prepare for you. I hope we can record that.
Yeah, no, we will.
And the power, because of the H being separate, I'm able to drink this whole bottle without any strain, because it's lighter. Isn't it? I've said now the particles of H2O that
they've been broken down.
So it's small particles. 1 liter, you just gobble it so easy and yeah.
Okay, all right. But for an old person sitting somewhere in Africa,
sure,
listening to this interview, they might not really understand what we're talking about, because we have used certain scientific words and that are difficult for them to break down. And this person has been sick for, let's say, 5 years.
Okay.
Now I understand that alkaline water doesn't cure him from his sickness. Is that correct?
Correct.
But what does it do for him?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Question. Now, what this water does, it's not a healing. We don't claim that it's healing people.
Yes.
But what this water does, it goes deep into the cells. Let me also take one step before I answer, is that because of that breaking of H2O, the water travels faster because the particles are small. It goes straight into your brain and every part of the body so fast, and you will feel the difference. When it needs to detox you, it does that within a few minutes or so. So the power is that it's able to go into the cells and restore the cells.
Okay.
So I'm not
especially damaged cells.
Damaged cells.
Yes.
But depending on how much the cell is damaged,
yes,
it varies. Because what it can do to you is different than what it can do to somebody else.
Correct.
But it has testimonies of people that say that I drank in a week's time,
I got better.
I felt better.
Okay.
So that old man that's been sick,
Yes.
there may be a change in the sense that it will go back to it will restore his cells. Remember, we are naturally supposed to be healing our bodies.
Yes.
If you cut yourself, the body is able to heal itself because of the cells
Correct.
that are working around.
Without
Your
applying
white blood
any
cells, your red blood cells, without applying anything.
medication
If
and
you've
all
got
that.
flu,
Yes.
the body is supposed to be helping itself to heal.
Correct.
Flu. So because of the body being alkaline,
Correct.
especially. So the cells are healthier to the point of being able to restore. So the water does exactly that.
Okay.
It restores the cells so that they do what they're supposed to do better.
Okay.
So by working better is automatically now able to touch on all the places that it's supposed to touch in the body and do its work.
Okay.
As I'm saying, depending on how damaged the body is.
Okay.
But there will be an improvement.
Okay. No, I get that. Africa, you've been listening to Sis Tidi. She's talking about, mainly she is breaking down the difference between alkaline and acidic water. And we do understand that 90%, if not more, of the people that live on planet Earth do consume acidic water, which is very, very detrimental to our health. Alkaline water restores our broken cells. It actually rejuvenates the energy that we lost over time from consuming processed food and drinking acidic water. And like she mentioned earlier, our bodies are naturally alkaline based. And because of all the different changes that we've seen in the world today, we've lost that part to acid. Now, she has this machine that is good for households, good for businesses, office spaces, where these things can be easily plugged and play, and your staff, your members at home can easily drink water that is highly, highly purified. Now, we're still going to ask her more questions to understand what other ways we can use this machine. I'm sure you're not tired of my questions, right?
I kind of enjoy this. I'm loving it.
Okay. The next thing I wanted to ask, we've spoken about the domestic use of this. And people, I know Africans, they always want to venture into new businesses. They're always looking for different places to start a business journey. Now, my next question is for someone that is looking at this not for domestic consumption. He actually wants to supply a community. He wants to use it as a business where he actually bottles his own alkaline water. How quick or how beneficial can this be to this new entrepreneur?
Great question. There's an opportunity for business.
Okay.
And there's an opportunity for personal use.
Okay.
Remember, I mentioned that earlier. Now, for businesses, when you, for an example, I now have a machine by virtue of me that have bought a machine.
Yes.
I'm automatically having a number as a distributor.
Okay.
So by being a distributor, is that if Elvis decides to buy a machine, I will then get you to buy the machine. I will get over 5,000 Rand commission for getting you to buy the machine.
Okay.
So the business aspect of it comes into in that way.
Yes.
But there's different legs of different ways to do the business. For an example, you are a businessman, right?
Yes.
So you're thinking, I think I can be able to venture into this thing to create business.
Yes.
So as a business, maybe you will buy 3 products at one go.
Yes.
Because the compensation plan that they have is patent, meaning that it's a unique legally process that is owned by Energic.
Yes, correct.
So by that, it means they've gone a ways to actually ensure that their
no patented, one can copy the word and all that.
Yes. So that system is actually amazing.
Right.
Because your money will come back immediately if you are able to sell the product.
Yes.
So as I'm saying, there's one way of you buying, I get that 5,000.
Yes.
And then Charmaine buys, I get another 5,000. So that elevates me now to become a 2A. Their levels of compensation plan is in 1A agent, 2A, up to 6A agent.
Okay.
So 2A means you're getting twice the compensation at 5.5.
Okay.
being three times like that.
Okay.
So you can individually sell like that. But for businesses, which I advise and advocate for, is that if you on the spot you buy 3 items,
Yes.
because they've got other products, they've got tea, they've got a shower.
Yes.
A shower enables you to get, because skin is the most part of the body.
Okay.
If you've got eczema, cirrhosis, all the conditions of the skin, the water I'll show you, we call it beauty water, enables to, you shower with that every day. That's also one of their products. If you say buy a machine plus two of the showers,
Yes.
you automatically jump into 2A, and that allows you to get twice of a commission.
Okay.
And then you sell to other people that are business minded,
Okay.
like you do.
Yes.
For an example, if you sell to 33 people,
Yes.
it automatically shoots you to 6 times the commission, plus bonuses, plus everything.
Yeah.
So the person that made me join is now a 6A, Dr. Gloss. She's in the UK.
Okay.
So it actually is encouraging, because I've seen her before she actually got into 6A, how she has been marketing and helping people grow and understand the business.
Right.
So it's quite a flourishing, I think, and also great opportunity that a person can do anywhere in the world, whilst
Yes.
at home or anywhere.
Right.
And that you can be able to do it online, on whichever way that can get you, especially you that you have the whole Africa in
Yes.
your basket.
Yes.
It will be easy to actually package it in that way that will get you to 6A in less than 6 months.
Correct.
If people are interested in actually getting that.
I was actually thinking while you were talking about the different steps, the different categories. If you're looking at Africa, especially, unemployment is rife.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of smart youth. The most of the population of the African continent is mostly youth under the age of 40, 30.
35.
Yeah. So now this is a very good business opportunity for them to explore. And my question or challenge to you is, why can't you pilot that ship and start a training program that will allow them to then make sales
Okay.
on behalf of this? This is something that we can actually work together on,
Yes.
where you will provide training, sales training, and you also beef them up with the functioning of this machine and get them out on the street, because the health benefit of this product, it actually discounts the money that we take out every month to pay for medical aid,
Okay.
just by keeping ourselves healthy. So don't you think this is an area that you should maybe explore?
Powerful, Elvis.
Yeah.
Very good point. In Philippines, in Europe,
Yes.
children are now 5As, 6As, millionaires because of the product, because they are social media. I'm born before technology, so I'm still learning to actually get myself there.
Yes.
But it is flourishing powerfully. Africa is behind, as
Yes.
you know, Africa. So it is a great opportunity for Africans
Yes.
to actually grasp this, because these children from Philippines, from Europe, from wherever, are now selling to Africa, for that matter, because of the online ability.
Yes, we
So
are always in
yes,
the back. Yes.
Yes, we can train people
Yes.
to actually run their own businesses and run them successfully, because these children are on social media throughout.
Correct. They are always
17-year-olds
online.
are
Yes.
earning money. So this is a very exciting point that you've laid out.
Yes.
So yes, we do run workshops. We do run sessions every Sundays evening.
Okay.
We've got 1 hour, 1.5 hour, where we educate people, where we train wherever one needs in terms of the product, and
Yes.
also in terms of the business. How does one enable? So it's something one can invest any day, anytime, for young entrepreneurs to say, look at this. It's powerful in terms of development, because I mean, people are going into businesses, into
Yes.
all these franchises that
Right.
are quite expensive. For
Very
those that are not-
expensive. Yes.
This for me is a franchise that doesn't need much
It
to
doesn't.
invest in.
Yeah.
And also that we can train them even before they decide, for them to now say, okay, I understand the language.
Yes.
I understand how this machine, because it will benefit them personally, and it will benefit their families, and they will earn quite a lot of sum of money in that. So I agree with you. We can start the training, we can start whatever in terms of exposure. So people must connect with you,
Yeah.
so that they can see how they can actually get more information about the brand, about the
Absolutely.
product,
Yeah.
so that they can empower themselves first, and then in order to empower everybody around them.
Okay.
And Nigeria is actually have an office, brand new. It's less than 6 months.
Okay.
So Nigeria, actually, in Africa, is the only country we don't have an office as yet. We are striving to get one in Cape Town.
So
Can you believe?
So let's try and get one in Cape Town.
Exactly. Remember, trainings are now online, so
Yes.
people can train
Or
wherever
even
they
provide
are.
the training online.
People
Yes.
can train wherever they are.
Yes.
I'm saying that for Sundays that we've got online sessions.
Okay.
So people can train wherever they are, because we also join Europe trainings, we join Asia trainings, we join a whole lot of.
And you did all of that online.
Online.
So yes, let's get them on board.
I agree that they can do that. They can test this coming Sunday.
Yes.
And join in and forward the link.
Okay.
So people can just join, just to listen out, just to say, what exactly is this product? How can it benefit me? As I'm saying, Africa, in the whole number of countries in Africa, Nigeria has, and you know Nigeria, the activists. There is an office in Nigeria.
Nigerians don't play.
I will encourage people to Google Kangen water.
Yes.
And get to understand what this is about.
Okay. And what is the name of this machine that purifies it? Is that
the company name is Energic, right?
Okay.
The machine is Kangen water, because it produces the water that is producing in the machine is Kangen. Yes.
Okay.
Because Kangen means back to origin.
All right. For those of you that are listening and you're thinking that this water can be of benefit to you, we will have the details of this on our website. You should be able to, or will be able to order from there directly, but we will provide all those details later on. We are still carrying on with the interview. We will do some few demonstrations on how to use this. So people that are interested in purchasing this equipment, which is very important for their health, can know exactly how it is used. One final question before we go into the demonstration or check how these things are used. What are some of your biggest challenges convincing people to use this water?
I wouldn't call that a challenge in terms of convincing, because what I say to a person, to an Elvis, I say, here's water.
Yes.
Go home and drink the water, and we come back and talk about it a week from today.
Okay.
And then the water speaks for himself, because the next thing that's like, hey, I need another 5 liters.
Okay.
So that for me is not a challenge.
Okay.
But because I'm in a township,
yes,
the challenge is to say to people, buy this Kangen machine. It's now quite costly for them.
Yes.
So I can just supply for them, just to make sure that my aunts, my neighbors are healthier,
yes,
at least.
Yes.
But the reason that I'm saying let's sit and get other people to know about it is because people from the township. But that in some areas is not an inhibiting factor.
Yes.
In Lesotho,
okay,
Dr. Glow borrowed them a machine.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
They are using Kangen water to farm.
To farm?
Imagine their health. They water their spinach. Imagine the organic
health.
I don't know the word, the organic aspects of the veggies. Now,
I can imagine.
The
yes.
Lesotho community clubbed for a machine. They now have in their village a machine that the whole village benefits from. Can you imagine how healthy?
I can imagine.
So nothing is a limiting factor as such. Other people did what do you call that? What you call it? These clubs where we put in money.
Oh, like Stockfels.
Stockfels.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
People Stockfels to get machines.
Okay.
So this month, January is Elvis, February it's CD, March it's Shemaine. Okay. Everybody owns a machine by end of the year.
Absolutely.
So it is not difficult to actually get what you want. I mean, people buy cars. People do. So what about investing for your health?
For your own health.
Because you can be a trillionaire if you do not have health. You will leave the money. I don't want to mention names. People have died, they're leaving
a lot.
Billions and millions behind. This is going to make you, I'm not guaranteeing that a car won't hit you and die.
No.
But I'm saying live a healthier life.
Yes.
Get your body healthier so that you can enjoy your money and enjoy your life, because
and your grandkids.
Yes, imagine playing with your grandchildren. How awesome will that be? I have a granddaughter.
Yes.
So it's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. Please do remember to subscribe to Unique to Africa. We are on YouTube. We are also on Facebook and Instagram as well as TikTok. Uh, just before we watch the demonstration on how this machine is used to purify water at home, in your restaurant, at your office spaces, in the call centers, we would like to ask Ms. Tidi to give us a last word.
Thank you, Elvis. I will encourage
Yeah.
restaurant owners, business owners, because people testify there's less ailments, there's less of sick workers
Yes.
when they drink Kangen, when they've got Kangen machines in their offices.
Okay.
Restaurants, meat, I'll show you what we use, the type of water that we use to tenderize meat, to also get the germs off and also to get the pesticides off
Okay.
the vegetables.
Right.
People come back and say coffee tastes much better, meat tastes much better. So I encourage people to really, really consider getting their own machines for their own health and for the families and also for their businesses, because it really has testimonies that are profound
Yes.
with regards to it making a change within their office space, within their businesses.
Sister,
Thank you.
thank you so much for coming.
Elvis.
I have to say, I have learned so much, and I can't wait for two things: to taste this water
Awesome.
and also to see the demonstration.
Oh, yes.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you to your viewers.
It's been
for
a
the
pleasure.
opportunity. Awesome, man.